This is Excalibur Heavy Battlecruiser, and today we're going to conclude our series of how to beat bosses in Nova Drift. Obviously, we need to start off by actually enabling debug mode, and then getting 15 levels, because this is a rough approximation on how many levels you get when you get to wave 40. Your mileage will of course vary. It can be 14, it could be 16, it could even be 13 or 17. However, I think 15 is a decent baseline. Alright, so we're going to start off with a pretty standard build once again. Something that a lot of players like to go for. Right now we're going to take the fundamental upgrades like shield cooldown, volley, blast radius as well, some targeting action as well, magnitude and payload are also a must, as well as stabilization, rapid fire as well, improved thrusters. They may have also taken flash shielding and velocity, as well as grandeur. So although we have decent firepower right now, we don't have that good of a durability. Alright, let's go. We fought you before. Alright, there we go. The actual boss that we want to fight. Now, if you're playing on Annihilation, this boss will have a bunch of ads, and you really do need to take care of these ads fast. Otherwise, they'll limit how much space you have on the battlefield. As well as throw out these grenades that deny your movement. They have some pretty hefty area denial, so you gotta try to pull their numbers as fast as you possibly can. The main boss takes a bit of time for it to actually become dangerous. So you should first target the ads, if they exist. Now if you notice, my resolution and streaming quality are quite different, and that's because my other laptop is also in repairs again. Good going, Lenovo. This also explains why my gameplay isn't quite up to par, because I'm still trying to learn the inner quirks of this laptop. Because although it is technically more powerful, I still need to learn more about it when it comes to playing Nova Drift on this machine. Alright, now that all of the attacking ads are gone, you can go for the assault inside. And it's pretty obvious which part you target. You obviously target these ones. While you're doing that though, you should still remember to take care of some of the healing ads as well. The ones that shield parts of the boss, because they'll actually restore some of its health back. Once all of those, or one of those weaknesses are gone, just target is outside. But if it does this phase, be sure to screen wrap. That's how you dodge them. And it's also important not to stay in the middle while it does that. So this boss mainly has two phases, as shall be demonstrated. This is the laser phase, where lasers show up on the outside, and it's actually a good idea to go inside so that you can wreak havoc on the boss without taking much damage inside. Well, let me take care of the healing ad. Now this one's the other phase, where it fires things on the inside and you don't want to be in there. Instead want to keep your distance. And you see a wall of bullets coming, you screen wrap. gonna end the boss fight pretty soon now. This is a boss fight that's rather easy once you know how to take him down. The main struggle, I think, comes from when you have a Leviathan build, because that I can understand people having trouble with. Alright, so everything go away. We're first going to try the Meta Leviathan build, which is to say swords, because they're a good defensive weapon until we get hidden power. Obviously no shield. Leviathan. Ataraxia is also a must, as well as adaptive armor. If you ever struggle with Leviathan builds, I've suggested this multiple times. Get adaptive armor. That thing can help you out a lot. It's also nice to have stuff like channeling and rebuke to help your survivability. Alright, Strength, Juggernaut are pretty good options. Now we're looking for regeneration here. And there's regeneration. And rapid reconstruction. Let's go. So yeah, take care of the ads. Now notably, you don't want to make much physical contact with Station Omega immediately, and instead try to minimize your exposure to lasers as much as possible, because they will melt through your health pretty fast if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, here I'm just going to time things down and wait outside. It's okay to do a little bit of rubbing action to grind up against them, but you don't want to overdo it, otherwise you risk damaging yourself too much. This is why adaptive armor is really good. Also, you cannot avoid the lasers. It's better to go through them than against them, because you minimize your exposure to the lasers, and you don't want to get caught up in them for too long. Just like you don't want to get caught up in these orbs for too long as well, because they melted my health ASAP. Alright, let's try Station Omega for the second time. If we really want to play aggressive, just spin like a Beyblade. Although try to time it so that your body rams against the Leviathan instead of your head. Alright, last thing we're going to try is an off-meta Leviathan build. And this one's going to be much trickier. So yeah, this is a very off-meta Leviathan build. And if you somehow have the skill to beat Station Omega with this build, then I reckon you can take on Station Omega in general. So yeah, take care of the ads, minimize your exposure to lasers. You can afford it, keep your distance, and then get up close if you don't have enough range with your weapon. Now, since this isn't rapid reconstruction Leviathan, you do want to avoid grinding up against the boss himself, and also let screen wrap before it's too late. Here, you have to predict things earlier on. Instead of like going as soon as the bullets are about to hit you, you have to move a little bit earlier than that. Because Leviathan segments take some time to move along with your main head. It's especially tricky with the lasers phase. Just barely short enough. Fit in. Also want to coil up. And now stay out because it's going to be very dangerous if they stay inside. Keep your distance. Be ready to screen wrap. And then go back here and get the nubs. Try a little bit of breaking action, which is something I generally don't recommend. However, if he has low enough health, you could try it. So there you have it. A guide on how to beat Station Omega. Station Omega is a boss that in Annihilation really relies on its ads to be super dangerous, because by himself, he is pretty manageable. And even as Leviathan, once you know certain movement techniques and timing, he is far from an undefeatable boss. And this also concludes my series on how to defeat different bosses in Nova Drift. Now yes, I did take my sweet time in releasing a video, but that's because of my aforementioned laptop repair situation. And I sadly couldn't get my laptop in time, which is why I used a different rig to make this video. Yeah, the video quality may technically be superior, but I still don't exactly feel comfortable playing Nova Drift in this rig, which is why I had more of a skill issue compared to my other gameplay videos. I don't know, technology is weird, even when I grew up with it. With that, all of that being said, my name is Excalibur Heavy Battlecruiser, and as always, may the forks be with you all.